name here. My screen keeps going black. Are you guys still with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see everybody.
Oh, goody. Why is it doing that? Okay, well, welcome everybody and Happy New Year. Yay! Happy New Year. Are you guys just so excited? It's 2025. 2025. It's wild. Okay. So I'm so happy you guys are all here. I do have notes, and so if you see me looking down, it's because I want to make sure that I talk coherently tonight. Um, but you know what? It's the new year. So what do people do in the new year? What is traditionally what happens? Where does our mind go? Alicia already said reflection. Anything else that you guys want to like? Where does your brain go at the beginning of a year?
What are you going to do different?
Okay, what are you going to do different? Anybody else? Can you guys hear?
Mine goes to what I'm going to do different, but mine usually goes to what can I bring back to work for students and staff that are going to refresh them and make their lives easier. And so I'm always thinking about that in the back of my mind. But after the long vacation, since we get 3 weeks off, which is awesome, I tend to do that. Yeah.
All right, love it, love it. Anybody else want to share where does your brain go with the beginning of a new year? All right,
Setting
well,
goals.
setting goals. Okay,
Mhm.
setting goals. All right. All right. So here is we've all had our businesses for a hot minute. Okay. And I really want to ask you to stay with me. And if you can take a note, you're probably going to want to take a note, I'm guessing. But I want to mentally make us all brand new consultants right now. I don't know. Nancy's like on with us, but like you're talking to somebody else. So I don't know what's going on. Okay. So we're all brand new consultants right now, guys. Okay. It's like your first week as a Mary Kay consultant. And you'll see why I'm doing this here in a minute. But I want to do some talking about head stuff. And then I'm going to bring us to a business thing. Okay. And it should all tie together. All right. Fair enough. So let's see. I think other than well, half of you were at my house last week where we did our gift exchange, which was amusing. And it was only amusing because it was kind of like a kerfuffle of stuff. But I think everybody got a gift, so that's a good thing. But I gave everybody this Creating 2025 worksheet.
Oh,
And I posted it in the Believe chat, and I tagged everybody in the Believe page today. So if you lost it or need it, it's there. Okay. And I'm going to refer to this a few times tonight. But because what this is all about is reflection and what did I do well, what has gone well, and what do I need to focus on, what I need to do different, like Mandy said. But I think it's really important that we take it seriously. Okay. Because if you don't, if you change nothing, then you're just reliving the same year over and over as the calendar creeps by and nothing changes. You don't get a new year, you're just getting a different date on the calendar. Make sense? Okay. And I'm saying that because I didn't get very many days back. So I want to encourage you to have that. And if you don't, if you can't print it or whatnot, just write the questions on a piece of paper. It's totally fine. You guys can hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because my computer keeps like doing weird stuff. I guess I need to reset it. Anyway, all right, so I'm gonna start with this. I believe that God put every single one of us in this particular unit on purpose. Okay. absolutely on purpose. Mandy, I don't know what happened to your face there.
I'm here. I'm looking for a background.
You now have a mustache.
And a goatee.
I can't. I couldn't help it. I gotta start that over. All right. All right. So I personally believe
Special effects.
yeah, I love it. Yeah. But I really do believe that God put us here on purpose. Okay. Um, for whatever reason you started your Mary Kay business, if it was to get a discount or whatever it was, you're here with intention from God. Okay. I believe that. That's my choice to believe that, but that's what I believe. And I think that specifically we're in the unit we're in because we're meant to learn from each other. What do you think? There's so much knowledge and love here on this Zoom and in our unit. We're meant to learn from one another. Okay. And I think that we're in Mary Kay because we're supposed to help women. And what happened when if I'll use Alicia for an example. So what if Alicia is my customer and I make her feel pretty because I facial her and she's like, oh my gosh, my skin, I love the way my skin feels. What happens to the woman inside? Talk to me, please. If I make her feel pretty, what happens to her brain?
She's confident. It empowers her.
Yes, exactly. And if she's stayed unmuted, Nancy, you're good. Uh, and if she feels more confident, how does that affect her family, like the people she lives with? Does it affect them?
Yes. Yeah.
Right? If she feels better about herself, it affects not just her, but her circle of people that she lives with. How about the people she works with? The people she goes to church with? As she's driving down the street and there's a person over here and she might turn she might be at the stoplight and turn and you make eye contact and smile. It makes a difference if she feels confident, right? So I believe that that's like surface level of why we're in Mary Kay, is just to help women feel better and spread that love out into the world. Okay. I believe that we're here because we're supposed to introduce women to God, because some women are never going to be, you know what, guys, if it wasn't for Mary Kay, I'm a Christian because of the women that I have been influenced by. Okay. Does that make sense? And so God's not just somebody that's sitting up on a cloud to me anymore. It's, I have a relationship now.
Yeah.
And we are that for so many people if you allow yourself to be used for that purpose. I think that we're a roadmap. We're like in the Olympics when the guy has the torch at the beginning of the Olympics and everybody's following the guy with the torch. We're like the torch carrier for women. I think that when God said, Nancy, you're going to be in Mary Kay and God's like, I have all these people over here that you're supposed to influence. Some of them are going to be consultants, some will be your customers, some of them will lead you to somebody else, and I know for most of you sitting here, this isn't your full-time gig. Like, Mandy, I know you're like totally engulfed in real estate. I totally get that. But this is a vehicle for us all. Can I get some acknowledgement?
Amen. Yes, it is.
Amen, right? Okay. So when we start down the path that God has for us in anything, and the enemy says, okay, like on Facebook, when you get a notification, like the little red light goes on, right? It gives you a 1, a 2, a 3, right? You guys all follow me?
Yeah.
I think that that's kind of what happens with the enemy. He's like, oh, there goes Donna. Donna just gave me a notification. Donna wants to do something for the greater good, and I need to stop her. So what are some ways that the enemy does that? Talk to me.
How does the enemy hinder you?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, he automatically says, you're bothersome.
Okay.
You're bugging people.
Okay.
Yes.
What else happens? What else does he tell? How does he? There's as many people as there are in the world. There are ways that he can get to you. So somebody, like everybody, please interact with me. Like, how does the enemy stop us?
You have a car problem, your vehicle doesn't work, so then you have to stop what you're doing and you have to get that fixed. And you're like, what? What? Or you come down with the cold or the flu and you're just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had all these plans and then here you are.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else?
Fear.
Fear. Absolutely. Fear.
Yeah.
Fear. And there's so many things we can be afraid of, right? Go ahead, Mandy.
Yeah. Fear, it shows itself in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even realize that you're operating in fear and you're out of faith. You're paralyzed. You're doubting. You're you see obstacles instead of opportunities.
When you get a no, when you get a no,
An obstacle.
that can definitely stop you in your tracks.
But it's just a word, and it's just a word like yes or maybe or I don't know or not now. Sometimes no means not now. Sometimes it means I'm busy. It just depends on what kind of time frame you think. You just have to continue the conversation. But he uses a lot of things. He'll use distractions. He'll use your family. He'll use your kids. He'll use circumstances. Oh, he'll use your finances. He'll, whatever he can throw. Yeah, the nearest glass, he'll throw it at you.
Yes. Okay. And thank you. Thank you so much for that, because, and it's so important that we have a consciousness about it. Okay. Something I'm reading a book right now, and one of the things that they talked about in this book is, you're not what happened to you. Your consciousness, you as a human, you're not what happened to you. Okay. So, but here's what we do, guys, is we carry around with us baggage. So imagine the baggage that you're carrying that could have been from something that happened to you when you were, I don't know, 10 years old. Okay. And when you were 10 years old, you made whatever it is that happened, you made it mean something that you're still carrying around, and you're all hunched over with like all the weight of this baggage. Okay. But if we can realize, like Mandy just said, no is just a word. It's just a word. All right. I'm going to draw a picture for you. I'm going to mentally draw a picture for you. So like, please stick with me. We're all in, well, Regina used to live here. So let's just say you're driving down Herndon. Okay. You're driving down Herndon in your car and you see a pretty tree. But you're driving, so you see the tree, your eyeballs register that there's a pretty tree, right? Yeah. But your car is still going. Okay. So you've let that pretty tree go by, but there's another pretty tree, and there's another pretty tree, and there's a not so pretty tree. Okay. But these are just things like you're driving in your car and you see them, you acknowledge them, and you continue to move forward. You following me? So the word no, fear, thinking that we're bothering people, these are all thoughts that really are just like the tree that passes us by. If you can just say, I'm going to let go of that. I'm going to let go of that. I am not my thoughts. I am not the things that have happened to me. It's just how I have thought about them. Yeah. So since I read that, I'll tell you that I mentally see myself driving down Herndon, and there's a lot of pretty trees right now, right? Would you guys agree? There's a lot of pretty trees. But as these things that the enemy throws, I'm like, that's just another pretty tree. I can totally let that go. I don't have to let that bother me. Does that make sense? Kind of, sort of. So
Yeah.
it really is about like having the awareness that, oh, there's that thing again. You know what? It could be like that tree that I pass on Herndon. Does that kind of make sense to you? But what do we have a tendency to do when when the glass, like Mandy said, when the glass hits, when the enemy picks up the glass and throws it at you? What do we have a tendency to do instead of letting it go?
Hide.
What's that?
Hide.
Hide
Yeah.
is one thing.
Hide.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What else?
React.
React.
Mhm.
Okay.
I
Okay.
fixate on that
Mhm.
rather than processing it and going, okay, what else? What's the next opportunity for me, you know?
Exactly. And if you hear nothing else, I hope that just this little conversation about driving down Herndon and seeing the pretty trees and the things that might stop us, I hope that you can like anchor yourself to that, because probably when you hang up the phone or tomorrow, another glass is gonna get thrown at you, as Mandy said. I'm gonna use that forever now, Mandy. Satan's gonna throw a glass to try to stop you in some way, shape, or form. Okay. So having the awareness of the things that might stop you, so important. Okay. Um, oh, Mandy, I just got that on my Audible. I haven't started it yet, but I am very much excited to read that book.
Mm.
Talk about recover your power. What is that? What do you mean by that?
That's basically what the book is. You're giving away your power. You give away your power all day long.
Hmm.
When you focus on your on thoughts,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
it's another little thing that the devil throws at you, and tries to get you off of thinking. When the kids were little, we used to play a game and kind of a Bible game. I was teaching them Bible verses, and I would say, if the devil says, or if someone tells you you're ugly, how would you respond? and use scripture. And they'd go, I don't know. Well, you were made in the image of God. And so I would play this little game with them and teach them who they were in Christ, and responding with the scripture so that they could get out of the funk of this situation. But we used to play that while we were driving somewhere.
Love it.
If the enemy says you're stupid, you have the mind of Christ. You can't. Yes, I can. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So replacing those thoughts with another thought, replacing that thought with another thought, and really retraining your your mind to think about the things that you're supposed to be thinking about.
Love it. So which brings what you just said there. Hold on, I have notes. How, when you have those thoughts, like Mandy was just saying, or if you have a disappointment, okay, were there things that you were aiming for in 2024 that you didn't achieve? Mary Kay, not Mary Kay, whatever. Just did you achieve everything you set out for? Oh, he does. So how do you recover from that disappointment? Mandy just gave us like really the answer to all of it is, who am I in Christ, right?
Mm.
Does anybody have something else that they do to recover?
I have a devotional.
Okay.
So yeah, get into a devotional, get into something that you repeat to yourself, to carry you away from certain things.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Anybody else? I journal. Journaling helps me to like work through those things. How do you celebrate your victories? Now, I'm gonna like throw this out there. For me personally, here's how I was raised. I expect to win. Do you expect to win? I expect to
Yes.
win. I freaking expect to win.
Good.
So when I do win, you know what I do? Okay, that's done. What's next? That's done. What's next? And I have had to learn to stop and go, wait a second, hold up. Like you just, I don't know why this thing is doing.
I get a vodka cranberry and add triple sec.
Okay. And when and what else do you do to celebrate? Because our mind needs to hear our mouth say positive, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you know, have your vodka cranberry. That's but while you're drinking it, what are you saying?
Well, I'm excited.
Mhm.
I'm excited. I sell a skincare set and I'm excited. I feel like I have just won, Golden Valley Championship. So,
Love it.
You have to say to yourself that I did that and I can do it again.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
I did
Absolutely.
that. I did that. I did that. I did that. I that wasn't as hard as I thought it was. You
Right.
did good, Andy.
pat yourself on the back.
Beautiful. Okay. So
Or tell someone.
all of those things, all of these things, right? So if you're like, if you don't normally celebrate yourself, pick one of these things or share something else that you could do something to celebrate you and determine what's it gonna, how will I get myself out of disappointment? Because we can live in disappointment for days or weeks or months, years. Okay. And it's a great big giant thing on your back. All right. Um, Another thing that I have written down is, hold on here, is having goals and dreams. You know, when you're a little girl, tell me something that you wanted. I don't mean a Barbie or something. I mean, what is you what did you want? Who did you want to be? Like, how did you see your life happening? Anybody share, please.
I thought I was going to grow up to be a maid because all I did was clean house. I thought I was going to, and I never did it good enough for my mom.
Okay.
You have mastered that now, Mandy. So
I know. Well, I never really saw myself as doing anything as a kid because I was always taking care of kids and cleaning. I was the oldest, so the oldest has responsibilities.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Respond 100%. But in the back of my head, okay, laugh all you want, but I had all these responsibilities because I was the oldest and the oldest. But I wanted to be a ballerina. Go ahead and laugh.
I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be a background dancer.
Okay. What else? Tell me some of your childhood dreams. Come on. If I can tell you I wanted to be a ballerina, y'all can tell me.
Well, I was going to be a marine biologist all my
Okay.
life. I was like 5. I used to call it just swimming with the dolphins, but and I was
That was from watching Lloyd Bridges.
And
And
I just wear a tutu, so come on.
I watched Flipper a lot, but growing up in San Diego, SeaWorld was a
Mhm.
big.
Yep, SeaWorld was big. I grew up there too. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to take care of pets. I
Okay.
love, yeah. Yeah.
You, Donna and Regina, what did
I
you
wanted
want
to
when you
be a teacher.
wanted to be a teacher? Now you kind of are, huh?
You are. Yeah.
And how about you, Donna?
I thought I would be an archaeologist. I wanted to go to Egypt and check out all of all of the stuff there and do digs and stuff like that. But I really don't like dirt. So, I guess I changed it. And later on, I just said, I'm just going to be a secretary.
Okay, so I heard a couple of things. I heard I just am going to be, and I heard Mandy say the cleaning I did was never good enough. Okay. And we carry this crap around with us. Okay. We carry it around with us. And you know, maybe you have gotten past it, maybe not, but if you have not gotten past those things, you know, those two just spoke them. We
Mm.
all have stuff like that. Okay. So sorry for calling y'all out, but we all have that stuff. So if you know, you can turn the I never cleaned good enough into one of the pretty trees driving down Herndon and just let it go. It's, you know, that's in the rear view mirror now. And now I do all sorts. Look at all the amazing things I do.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Mandy.
I had an interesting conversation with my broker today. We were talking about goal setting. And he said, "Do you mind if I look at your calendar?" I said, "Sure." So he looks at my calendar. He said, "Okay. So there's not much in here. So I'm thinking you've got the whole day free." "No, I don't." "Well, how come it's not in your calendar?" He said, "If you keep your calendar full, if you're going to walk, put it in your calendar. If you're going to eat, put it in your calendar. If you're going to do this, put it in your calendar." So you just go next, 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 next. And then you have wins for the day and you have losses
Yes.
for the day. And at the end of the day, you either won the day or you lost the day. And if you lost the day, why did you lose the day? So he was just giving me more, he said, if it's not in your calendar, it didn't happen.
Hmm.
Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But when I look at your calendar, nothing happened today.
Yeah.
So you have goals, but the goals aren't broad enough. What are you going to do to get to those goals? What are you going to do every day to reach that goal by the end of the week? You have to do something because a goal, what do you say? What was it? Uh, Goal without
Action.
no specific
That
time, whatever that you've heard it 100 times. A goal without a deadline is
a dream.
not-
The wish. Mhm.
It's just a dream.
Yeah. It's like others. I'm
Yes.
watching Netflix.
So you said just watch, just watch just follow your calendar.
Mhm. So we have in that we have the 6 most important things list. 6 most important for your Mary Kay, 6 most important for your not Mary Kay. And before you go to bed at night, write that stuff down. And I don't know, there's times where I think I have so much I have to do. And then if I haven't written it down, I'm scattered. But when I write it down, you get a hit of dopamine every time you get to check something off. And if you don't believe me, try it. Okay.
Is this it, Mandy?
Can't see it.
I can't see it. Says, I think it goes with specific.
Oh, let them. Mel Robbins, let them.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, Mel Robbins, let them. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So all of that to bring us to, you've got to have something you're aiming at. When we were little girls, we could dream. Okay. We could dream. It was a dream to be a ballerina. Okay. And as we get older, we put the kibosh on all the dreaming. Okay. And so, you might not have a financial need there, or you're like, well, Mary Kay's just something I do over here. So I want you to take the Spanx off your head and say to myself, what do I really want? What do I want? Now, if I'm willing to put all of my effort into Mary Kay can take you anywhere. But I know some of us have jobs and that's great. So, Kim, along with doing your teaching that you working at school, I don't even know exactly what you do. I just know you're at school. But alongside that, if you had an extra $500, $600, $700 a month, $1,000 a month from your part-time Mary Kay gig, could that make a difference in achieving a goal?
Absolutely.
Right? For sure. Even if your house is paid in full, is there something you could spend the money on? Is there something you could do with money? Even if it isn't for you, what could you, if you don't have a financial need, what could you do with extra money?
Pay for my granddaughter's education, so pay for my granddaughter's car payments, so she can relax at school and not have to worry about her car payment, but she's got to keep a job to make her car payment
Okay.
and pay her rent. So if I could take some of that pressure off of her, I would do that.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Anybody else?
Make a trip to California and see my kids and my grandbabies.
Hey. Okay. Lana, you're very quiet over there. Any thoughts?
Well, I mean, you know, if I had extra money, I would remodel my kitchen.
Okay.
But am I motivated enough to do it?
So, okay. So like you see my background here is Italy, right? This is a part of Rome, my favorite part of Rome that I saw. And
It's like New Orleans.
I've only been there for about 5 minutes, so that's another story. But so that's a big goal that I'm not going to necessarily achieve in the next month or two, or maybe even the next year, because I want to do it with an abundance of cash when I go. Does that make sense? I don't want to be on a shoestring. So this is my big goal, but I have little goals along the way. So maybe you want to remodel your kitchen, but you're like, okay, that's a really big elephant to chew. So I pick something smaller to aim at in the meantime that will get me a new kitchen, that will get me to Rome. You guys follow me?
Mhm.
What did Mary Kay say about eating an elephant? Who knows?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time is right. Okay. Something to aim for. In the Olympics, the torch carrier, that dream is your torch to keep you moving in motion, to keep you aligned with, maybe you're like, I don't even know why God put me here. Okay. Does anybody ever wonder that? I see a couple laughs. So you got to have something you're aiming at. So, okay.
So one bite at a time, you could pick out a sink, pay for the sink, pick out the faucets, pay for the faucets, pick out the countertops, pay for the countertops. And one piece at a time, you'll have it all in the garage, and then all you have to do is hire the contractor and get it done.
Not
Or
in
you-
my garage.
Or your garage is amazing. Or you're like, okay, I know the sink that I want costs me, I don't even know what a sink costs. I'm gonna say $300. I have no freaking clue. So I work to get me $300 in my savings account, my kitchen remodel savings account. And I do that this week, this month. Okay, does that make sense? Maybe I don't go buy the sink, but I put the money away and I don't touch it. Okay. So you do it a little bit at a time. Does that make sense? And Donna, I'm just, forgive me for calling you out. Maybe I hear you say, am I motivated to do it? Okay, so maybe you aim at paying for the sinks in the month of January or whatever. And maybe your new kitchen is 3 years away. So time's gonna pass anyway, right?
Right.
So I'm just putting that out there, and I use Donna as an example, but that could be for any of the things that you want in your world. Okay. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to have it and not whatever the thing is, my trip to Rome, without putting it on a credit card? Right? I mean, makes sense. Okay. Okay. So I'm a double dog dare y'all, before you get out of your seat tonight, to fill out this Creating 2025. Take a picture of it and send it to me. And I'll be honest with you, I filled it all out except for the last one. The last one is, what word would you like to have as your theme? And my word last year was becoming, and I might have to be my word again this year. I'm not, I think that's probably going to be my word, but it's my only thing that I wasn't able to just go, that's the answer. Okay. That's my personal journey. I want to share with you Remember I told you we're all new consultants tonight. If my computer will stop doing weird stuff, I'll be able to show you. Nope. There's not enough memory to open this page. What?
Close something.
Hang on. All right, that's what I'll do. Okay, just bear with me while I close a bunch of stuff. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. So your goals inside or outside of Mary Kay can be achieved through working your skincare classes and working the career path. Okay. So, do with this what you will, but I'm going to double dog dare y'all to, I will post this in the chat so you can print it. But this is a Red Jacket calculator. Okay. So personal sales. What do you normally sell in a month? Ask yourself that and add something to it that'll stretch you. So somebody want to share? How much do I normally sell in a month?
$350.
Hey, that's fantastic. Okay. So that is your sales. So 350. And if you were going to stretch, what do you think if you to stretch, make it a stretch goal, what would it be? 400, 500, what?
Yeah, 500.
Okay, we'll call it 500. Okay. Which divide that by 2 is 250 in profit. Agreed? Okay. So I want you to put yourself in the mindset of, I'm going to get me 3 new team members. Okay. And because I want you to see what this will do for you. All right. So when it's just you and your stretch goal, you've put 250 in your pocket. That's not a bad deal. Okay. Right. Could that help you save towards something? Yes. All right. So look over here where it says create wealth, gives you production and commission. So a Red Jacket has 3 or 4 team members. Okay. How long does it take to get 3 or 4 team members? It takes 1 day, 5 days, 10 years. It's really kind of up to you. So let's say your team does 1,000 in production. You're going to get, that's your 3 people, not including you. You're going to get a 4% commission off of the $999 that they did. Okay, so with calculator, 999 times 0.04, $40. Okay. Tank of gas. You're not quitting your job, but you wouldn't throw $40 away, right? Okay. So you get a 6% commission when they do $17.99, okay, times 6%. That's 108. So 2.5 times. And then if they do 1,800, you now get an 8% commission, which is 144. So that's 3 people on your team, all striving for the prize of the month. Would you guys agree? Right, prize of the month, 700. Okay. So you've got your 250 that you made from your profit. You've got let's just call it 108, which was the 6% commission. Now, oh, this is even outdated. I clicked on the wrong one, so forgive me, but we're going to go to the Great Start Qualified. So who knows what that means? If you know what it means, you got to unmute. I see mouth moving.
Great Start Qualified. That's $600 in. Production.
So let's say Nancy recruits Susie Q, and Susie Q starts her business, and within one order in her first 15 days or within 4 months, she becomes what we call Great Start Qualified by accumulating up to 600. Okay. And since Nancy's her recruiter, she's going to get a $50 team building bonus. Hello, can you get excited about that? It's free money, guys. You're not going to quit your job, but it's free money. Okay. So if you're bringing in, if you are sharing our product, we're selling lipstick, but the lipstick is it opens the door to the woman and her heart and her home and all of that, right? You guys get that? Like what we talked about before? Okay. So you sell her some product. Some people join your team. Some people join your customer base. All right. So you're $250 in sales every month, which is low, and you can do way more if you're holding 3 classes a week. But I'm keeping it here, $250 plus 6% commission of 108. Plus you have the one team Great Start Qualified team member. Okay. Oh my gosh, what did I do? So I've got 250 plus 108 plus 50. So now you've gone from 250 to 408 in income for the month. Would you throw it away? No, right? You do that every month, 400 bucks times 12 months. That's almost $5,000 of extra money just from seriously part-time hobby time with your Mary Kay. Is that exciting? It is, Nancy. I can't hear you, girl.
Why he would be right next to me snoring, I do not know.
Huh?
I said why he would be in the same room with me snoring, I do not know.
Got it. Well, because he wants $408 too. So let me just explain. If every month you're holding, even if it's one class a week, 2 classes a week, 3 classes a week, Mary Kay taught, and it still works, 3 classes a week, 300 in sales, 3 sharing appointments. You do that week over week over week. What's going to happen is you're going to build your customer base and you're going to build your team base. All right. And the more people that you're in front of, the more likely you are for all of those things to happen. Agreed? I became a director by doing 3 plus 3 plus 3, month in, month out, month in, month out. Okay. You don't want to be a director, fine, don't be a director. But if you bring people in because God put us here to spread love, to spread his word, to spread confidence, all those things. Okay. So we got to get out of our own way.
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to see like that big picture, pretend you're brand new. And what would a brand new person do? Would go and see 30 faces. Okay. Go see 30 faces. Do it in a month, do it in 2 months, whatever. I don't care. Just consistency of what you are putting in place. It's the beginning of the year. If you've had your business for 22 years or 22 days, you can draw a line in the sand at any point.
Amen.
And say, today's a new day. Today's a new day. I'm going to forgive myself for what I didn't do. I'm going to celebrate what I have done. Okay. And I'm going to go for, a sink, whatever it is. Sorry to call you out. Questions or comments, anything, guys, give me something. Give me some feedback.
I like that. I like, if we just, it's a fresh start. It's a new year. It's brand new. So we're all new consultants. And as a new consultant, what would we do? I mean, we know what we tell other people to do, but what are we doing? I know it's something we should do once every month, but it's a new year, and in a new year, we have an opportunity to say we're a brand new consultant.
Yeah, we can draw the line in the sand at any point. When I was working to become a director, the first time I said, okay, so I'm gonna do this in 30 days. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. So I'm like, all right. And I visualized being in this at the beach and spreading out the sand and drawing a new line. I swear to you, I did that. And then after it didn't happen in 2 months, it did happen in 3 months. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to miss a goal, whatever your goal is.
Yeah.
Have yourself something. Okay. What else? Anybody else? I really appreciate you guys, like all the input you guys had tonight. It was awesome. All right. Well, Donna has a closing for us.
Okay, so I have this closing and I read all of these different closings to my husband. And this is the one he picked. Okay.
Oh no.
So
Brace yourself.
okay, listen very carefully because I had to repeat it to him like 50,000 times. Okay. The difference between you, who you are, and who you want to be is what you do. Did you get it?
Yeah.
The difference between who you are and what you want to be is what you do.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So what will you do? Decide it right now. Don't even stand up. Just
Like being a new consultant. And
well, when we're a new consultant, if we are open and a new consultant, if we're open and not closed, open, then someone says jump and you say how high and how far and all of those things, right? So let's just have that fun little girl belief and know that you can achieve whatever you want. Looks like Mandy wants to say something.
No, I have a joke.
Okay, well, we're going to end on Mandy's joke, I think.
okay.
There's 30 cows in a field and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
How many what?
Didn't.
How many hidden?
Didn't.
Didn't. 30 cows in the field.
And 28
28
chickens.
chickens.
How many didn't?
2?
My answer, 2.
28.
28 didn't.
28 didn't.
Because 28 cows were chicken.
No, the
Oh.
chickens were chicken and the cows did it.
No. Listen again. There's 30 cows in a field.
Oh,
And
30.
28
Okay.
30 cows in a field
Right.
and 28 chickens.
Okay.
How many didn't?
30.
No.
What?
Okay. What is it?
Yeah,
We're
now
all wondering.
no.
There's 30 cows in a field
In the field.
and 28 chickens.
Chicken.
Right.
How many didn't?
10.
10.
You got it.
Oh, no.
28. ATE.
Oh,
28.
So,
How
so-
many didn't?
right.
oh, I see. Okay. Gosh.
Oh my gosh, dad joke.
Was good.
Okay. Good night.
I love you guys. Fill out your form. Do it. Do it. It's good. Okay. Love you. Mwah. Bye.
Love you. Bye.